Welcome back to Fire Emblem Thracia 776. Last time, we reclaimed Dagdar's manor and got our old band back together, defeating the most infamous boss in the game in the process, and now it is time to move on to what Callian was telling us earlier, where those Leonston nobles are holed up. Putting down the bandit uprising at Mount Viledrake, Leif's army now sought to join forces with the remnants of Leonston's nobility. Leif set a course for General Hannibal's mountain villa, where deposed nobles now lived in hiding. I do like how these map narrations are short and sweet. They can go on pretty long in some of the later Fire Emblem games. So, this chapter has a lot of enemies on the map initially, but there are no reinforcements. Also, the enemies on the map initially are going to kind of split up. Like, a bunch of these guys, they're fairly weak soldiers. They're going to head towards the north. Whereas the main threat here is the Thracian Draco Riders, rather than Wyvern Riders here. They have killer lances, so using a Crusader Scroll against them is quite good. There is also this guy right here. He has a Meteor, but more importantly, he has a Wind Tome. Wind Tomes are quite rare, and they only have one weight, so I would recommend getting these so that Asbel and other mages, but mostly just Asbel, can use them. He's also got a Physic staff, so like I said, we've got plenty of chances to get Physic later. There are some houses up here, as well as a supply and an armory. There's another house down here, also a vendor and an arena. Now, the arena here might be somewhat important, because the vendor here sells stamina drinks. Now let's see who we deploy. So, no, he's getting up there as far as fatigue goes. It's just, I've just got to think, because the next couple of chapters, I might want him. So, now might be a decent time to let him rest and get his fatigue cleared. Meanwhile, like, I don't need Lithus or Lara here, I'm pretty sure. I will bring Nana. She's got 6 fatigue, though. She should be fine. Yeah, Asbel's already very fatigued from the last map. His wind is pretty great against the Wyverns, though. I wouldn't mind having Asbel in the next chapter as well, though. There's, yeah. I do want Karen over the villagers. The thing with Karen is, the way I use her, she doesn't accumulate fatigue very much. Also, she's, out of fatigue from, yeah. But I do want to bring Fergus here. May as well bring Dagdar. Yeah, Callian is... Oh, you want to deploy Callian here. Definitely deploy Callian here. He has a special conversation with somebody. And yeah, Safi is now free of fatigue, so I may as well bring her. Oh, actually, we do need to bring Finn to this. He gets a conversation here too, I think. And Fergus will take back his Brave Sword. Fergus will have that on call. I feel kind of bad about this, but I might actually sell off some things. You know, I think I'll sell that Devil Axe. I think I will sell Tanya's stuff too. So, I've actually failed this chapter numerous times now, and I think the reason is a distinct lack of Asbel and or Ossian. Now, I'm actually not getting much use out of Safi, so I might as well swap her out for one of those two. Asbel has more use of his 1-2 range weapons, so I think I'll use him. But he does need a scroll. And I actually am going to trade Null's scroll over to Fergus. He needs it more. And let's go. Ah, yes, we have the Thracia music here playing. So, we've got actually a class sprite here that we're never going to fight anybody with this class. So, we have Draco Rider, Draco Knight, but this is Draco Master. So, who is this guy? And who is this girl? She has brown hair that seems oddly familiar. But she's referring to this person as her father. Okay, so I guess this is the king. Altena. If you know Fire Emblem 4, you'll know who this is. There's a bit of dramatic irony here. But I'll talk about this way later. It's not really that relevant now. Let's just say Altena is not the blood-related daughter of this guy, whereas Arione is his blood son. It's funny how whoever's talking, their wyvern starts doing their movement animation. So, yeah, the north abounds with crops. An independent Thracia will need both north and south, the resources. And this is actually quite interesting, and this is why I really wish that this guy was more of an active presence in this game, but he's really not. So I guess I can say this now. This is Trevance, the king of Thracia. Because you fight and kill him in genealogy, he is a complete background presence in this game, and I really wish he wasn't. I kind of think he might have made a better antagonist for Leif than Raedric. I like what they're doing with Raedric, but this guy would be such a perfect foil because they both want to unify the north and south of Thracia. The difference is that Trevant is trying to do it by force, and Leif wants to do it by diplomacy. And yeah, here we go. I will see this country unified even if it damns me to the deepest pit of hell. So, this guy. This might be a bit of a hot take, but I think that Kaga miswrote this guy horrendously in genealogy. Thracia presents Trevant as a man driven to desperate extremes just to save his country from poverty. And ultimately somebody who is sort of honorable at heart, but is okay with going down in history as a villain if it means saving his people from poverty. That is not the impression I got from him at all back in genealogy. I haven't played that game in a long time, but I will just say that from what I remember, and I have looked up scripts since then, and like better translated scripts than the ones I used, Trevant just comes across as just a giant asshole tyrant with no redeeming qualities in genealogy, and it doesn't help that his first impression is murdering Leif's parents right in front of you when you're powerless to do anything. What's likely to happen is he or his men kills Ethlin, takes baby Altena hostage just to make Quan disarm himself, so they can all kill him more easily. It just seems so pointlessly cruel for a character who's meant to be a tragic villain in the end. And Thracia tries to do damage control and portray Trevant a little bit more, in a bit more of a nuanced way. The problem is that I feel that Thracia Trevant is basically an entirely different character to genealogy Trevant. One version of the character came first, and then they realized that, like, oh, hang on, this character was completely unsympathetic, and we didn't intend that. Let's just introduce this other Trevant in Thracia, who's a totally different character, basically, and yeah. Anyway, this guy and his daughter, yeah. It's just like, I've always had a problem with what happened with Trevant in the Yggdrasil saga, because he clearly did not come out the way Kaga intended him to. At least to me. Also, Kate, Alba, Roberts, none of you get lines! And they won't get any lines unless they die! Scrub Marines! The enemy is at our door! We know our duty and we will do it! If we die this day, we die with glory! We die heroes' deaths, but we shall not die, no! It is our enemies who will face death, as you all know. Most of our scrubs are positioned in deep mansion, ready to deep strike. Blah 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 blah. We are the Scrub Marines! We are Njörun's fury! But yes, it's the Scrub Brigade. They're here. And yeah, also fighting the Thracian army. This has just been the intro of a lot of tangents. But yeah, General Hannibal was one of them, but I don't know if he'd do that. Then again, August is always the pragmatic one. He's like, yeah, never trust anybody. Build an army, trust nobody. That's basically what August would do. So, this is actually a quasi-defend mission. It's technically an escape objective. It's funny how Nana's dismounted because I deployed her in the last one, but it's technically an escape objective, but if an enemy reaches this gate, you lose. Is it even mentioned in the status here? Oh, escape into Villa and prevent foes from reaching it. Yeah. So it is a defend chapter. But, defending the manor, we have Selfina. Selfina is a bow knight, and they're kind of unique among cavalry in Thracia, in that they get to keep their weapon of choice while dismounted, though they'll still have one less movement compared to a sniper. While bow-locked units still have the same issue of being unable to capture, Selfina does have a few unique assets. She starts at only 2 levels off promotion with reasonable stats and a Master Seal already in her inventory. She starts with a good variety of supports, including bestowing one of the only 20% support bonuses in the game, has the Accost skill, which can be fun against foes who can't counterattack, though her very low base HP gets in the way of its activation. She has a respectable starting B rank in bows, and in a later chapter she'll have a conversation that gives her a brave bow. If you haven't been training any other bow users, she's likely to be the only one in your army who can use this at the time, and it's a very, very strong weapon. Her main weakness, aside from being bow-locked, is mediocre growths, especially in HP, which also runs contrary to Accost. She also has no follow-up critical modifier or Vigor Stars, and she doesn't even have any authority when she really should. But overall, Selfina does have a lot of assets that make her useful, especially in this chapter where her killer bow can one-shot the enemy wyverns. And the one and only, the Scrub Brigade! Kain, Alva. I'm gonna cover Kain and Alva at the same time because they're sadly pretty interchangeable. These two might be the most forgettable Christmas Cavaliers in the series. Well, for one thing, they're not even Cavaliers. They're Lance Knights, meaning they can only use one weapon, whether mounted or dismounted, and they also compete with Finn, who joined way earlier and has a personal weapon. And they're also very underleveled compared to him. Their main gimmick is having good growths by Thracia standards. The problem is, that's really all they have, and Thracia is not a game kind to units like that. Sure, they will have high stats if they're trained up, but they have no follow-up critical modifier, no Vigor Stars, no authority, no personal weapon, no skills, and fairly minimal supports. Of the two, Kain leans more towards HP, strength, and defense, while Alva leans towards skill, speed, and despite being behind at base, con. They also have inverted weapon ranks with respects to swords and lances, except Alva starts so close to D lances that even this isn't much of a distinguishing feature. These two don't even get any lines unless they die, and that pretty much sums them up. And Robert, who's actually not that bad. If you're gonna train any of the Scrub Brigade, make it Robert. He at least has a 3x follow-up critical modifier and a Vigor Star. Compared to Selfina, he's a level 1 bow knight who starts at the very bottom of E rank in bows. But he does have excellent growths, and like I said, he is more rewarding to train than Kain and Alva thanks to his additional traits. Still no skills though. I actually used this guy in my very first playthrough of Thracia, so you can definitely make him work if you want to. Though it's certainly not necessary. The important thing to know about the Scrub Brigade is they can actually escape into the manor right at the start if you're really concerned about them. And that might be a good idea if the wyverns end up bearing down on them, because this guy right here, Murloc, you can't even see him on the deployment screen, but he's actually terrifying. His stats are really high, 14 attack speed and a killer lance, a javelin so he can often harass you from outside your range and then canter away. He has one authority star as well. Okay, I'm gonna need a little bit of rescue drop strats to actually get Asbel where I really need him to. Let's see how far... Yeah, you can't really go all the way if I want to actually go for full-on rescue dropping. Because I'd like Asbel to be as free in terms of his movement as possible. Don't want him to start his turn while being carried by somebody else. Get Dagdar as close as possible, and yeah, now I would like to carry Callian so I can visit that house and then have him talk to Selfina, but if I do that, there's a very good chance the Wyverns are going to break to the north, and I don't want that. I want all the Wyverns to go towards me. I basically want to lure these Wyverns into me as fast as possible. Though I actually wonder if maybe letting a few of them go for Karen is good. It's just like, their AI has been so weird for me lately. Yeah, here they go. They're going to go into this formation to start. Yeah, like that. So, the question is what I do from here. Because I can, if I get somebody all the way down to that forest, I might be able to start fighting them. The problem is if I get unlucky and a lot of these guys hit them, then that won't end well either. I'm going to try something here. I'm going to actually try for... I'm gonna just hang... I hate to do this, but I'm gonna actually just hang back for now. Dagdar might also be effective, especially since Fergus can't go in the mountains, so maybe he should actually take the Null Scroll and then equip the Brave Axe. Either of them here is gonna hopefully work out. So, yeah, kind of stalling my advance here, but what I want is for all those Wyverns to get into a position where they will try and charge my people on the mountains next turn. If I can get rid of all 5 of them, then the Scrub Brigade is mostly safe. Yeah, so they're going right north now. I do like the way that the Wyvern wings sound. It's a little bit different to the flap, flap, flap noise they make in the Game Boy Advance games, but it's still pretty good. Okay, yeah, they're there. Yeah, so right now, right here, right now, is there a way I can get all of them to go to Asbel? The problem is this one down here. I can only lure him if I get on this bottom mountain. Like, if I get on the bottom mountain, then it's like I need to have somebody there and somebody here. So I'm going to put Asbel here for now. And then Nana... Okay. Well, I obviously don't want Callian to be in range of any of them. I'll get Finn a little bit back too. Nana goes there, maybe? Because that's still range of Asbel. If I put Leaf here, the boss will be able to attack him, so Leaf needs enough attack speed to not get doubled, and that means he'll probably have to use the rapier. Yeah, as long as the boss, like, attacks somebody, I should be able to kill him in the following turn, although... 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right, okay, if Karen moves away, he's not going to get hit. I'm just a little concerned about Dagdar and a cost, is the thing. Because he only has 56 avoid on that mountain. Because if I don't lure this guy, he's going to get close. But if he gets close to them, I can although he might go there, which is kind of bad. Maybe I move the bow users around here, just in case one of the Wyverns breaks through. And I sort of want Karen to be in the area, just in case I need her to be a Wyvern lure. Okay, only the boss can go for Leaf, at least. Right. Let's do this! Come on, Wyverns, you can die. This is the most trouble I've had with Wyverns since New Mystery of the Emblem. It's just this group of 5. Once they're gone, we're generally fine. Because even the Meteor Bishop is really not that much of a problem. And the guys around him are a complete joke. Okay, there we go. That's the guy who could only have been lured by Dagdar. That's a good start. That's a very good start. Dodge and crit is a good start. And you have 12 hit. Yeah, if they fly up really high, it means that they crit you. That's how the crit animations work with Wyvern Riders. The Wyverns do look so beefy in this game, but I do think they look a lot worse in Path of Radiance. Path of Radiance Wyvern Rider animations were pretty terrible. But yeah, here's the thing that I am admittedly a little scared about Dagdar and Accost. He's not taking a lot of damage, though, thanks to his good defense and the mountain's bonus there. Okay, more going for Dagdar. I think the boss uses up all of his movement to get to Leaf, so he won't be able to do the annoying canter into the mountains where you can't get to him thing. Okay, yeah, Moment of Truth is coming, because that boss is very, very, very scary. Sadly, you can't capture him because he's mounted. You will be able to capture mounted units later on in the game. You need a very specific tool to do so, though. You need to have something to force him to dismount. I do feel kind of bad for him. The only reason he's fighting us is because he thinks we're common bandits. But yeah, glad I didn't equip the Flame Sword, because that would have got Leaf doubled. And I think we're good here. Yeah, stalling a few turns to lure all the wyverns towards me was the right call. Now, as much as I would like to use Accost with an iron bow, probably not a great idea because my hit rate is awful. So, yeah, this boss basically needs to die horribly, and yeah, Nana's attack speed is not great on him. I mean, the Brave Sword is decent, but I think for now, I'm gonna get my first shot in with Asbel, and, is this worth a Graf Caliber? It's probably worth a Graf Caliber. I mean, I could get experience for other people here, but, you know, I want to just have this boss gone. Please crit, that'd be... no. There we go. I think that's actually the first time that Trevant's name dropped in this chapter. Yep, that was indeed King Trevant of Thracia. I already talked about him in the intro. And of course, you get that for good measure. That is basically the one thing that I brought Asbel to this chapter to do. But he did it very well. And from here, I can dismount Callian and have Karen begin the job of carrying him over to Selfina. Speaking of Selfina, yeah, we're about to have a bunch of these guys on us, so do need to be a little bit careful here. If you want, though, you can kind of choke point in this little area. Enemies can't actually get in here unless they're flyers. Like, this is like a one-tile corridor, even though it doesn't look like one. Kane has the better defense, so I can put him on the manor. But right now, we should be pretty good. It's just that group plus that big squad of armors. Who can hilariously be dealt with Nana if, like, now is a great time to show off the Wrath Nana strategy. And I believe, yes, I did give her a Pure Water. So I'm going to bring you down here and pop that Pure Water. And now she has, 15 magic, I think? So not a lot will really be able to damage her. But I do want to keep most people away from those armors just because I want her to devour them all. Get Leaf in for the support, though. Finn's not quite in range for his support. I probably don't want Dagdar getting Accost meteored right now. Though, I wouldn't mind having Asbel heal him. You do have to be careful when using staves on your sages, though, because that does accumulate fatigue, and sometimes sages prefer having their fatigue saved for actually fighting. Granted, sages usually have more HP than, like, clerics, so they're usually fine on fatigue, and you do want to be using staves of them as much as possible. You just do want to keep an eye on their fatigue. And here we go. I'll show at least the first one of these in an actual combat. Now, granted, the Earth Sword is physical in melee, so it won't be doing, like, as much damage. It won't be doing as much damage as when used at range, but still. Yeah, just these little armor knights are just going to give her so much experience. You do want to make sure that Nana actually, doesn't miss, but also that Nana actually hits her first attack. Otherwise, this strategy kind of fumbles a bit. But she's got a pretty good skill right now. You have faced the kaleidoscope of your doom! Okay, oh, con +1's nice. It's still really funny that you can break the game by having Nana gain enough con to rescue Avol, but... oh, here's the map animation meteor, which I'm sure Sigurd's army has horrible PTSD over. And there we go. So yeah, this guy, now my objective is to reach him and capture him, which really shouldn't be too hard. Somebody does need to heal Leafy Boy, though. I guess Asbel can do it for the level up. This is just such a weird thing to say, but like back when I was younger and like playing this game for the first time, like I used to have this weird headcanon that like for the game over, August just says in the most deadpan tone possible, Leafy Boy's dead, and then it just cuts to the game over screen. Okay, yeah. You are certainly just saying, yeah, you should have picked me. That's why you failed all those other times. You didn't pick me. I suppose Leafy Boy can actually show off the effectiveness of Rapier against armors for once. Oh, one that at 1 HP, but still. Okay, you guys are Thracians, so I was wondering if they were a different faction and wouldn't have gained, like, wouldn't have gained the leadership bonus from the boss, but they actually do. And nope, I can't actually kill you like that. You do have to be very careful when attacking things on the player phase with this Nana setup. However, who am I kidding? She has the pure water and she one-shots these guys. That does mean I need to get her away from that bishop. I mean, he's probably going to use Meteor on somebody, but still. Okay. I would appreciate magic, but I have scrolls that can... Oh, wait, no, she actually does have said scroll on. That still only gives her like a 20%, yeah, 20% magic growth. But yeah, oh, she's actually ready for promotion as well, which might actually not be a terrible idea. Granted, it feels like a bit of a waste of Paragon, but still. Okay, Dagdar is fine. Just need to get Beowulf and Finn in. I called him again. Why do I do that? So a lot of people really don't even like Beowulf as like a Fire Emblem character. But, okay, now, I believe if I drop Callian there, he should be able to get into that house. And now, okay, you guys can't even reach us yet anyway. Things are starting to get, like, mildly worrying, but up there, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, holding down the A button to fast forward the enemy movements, I still can't believe that Radiant Dawn doesn't let you do that until you've beaten the game once. Is it the only Fire Emblem that does that? I wouldn't be surprised if it was. 1 hit rate and Finn is not even on a forest. That is the power of charm plus the leaf support. Okay, gotta be a little careful of Karen against those archers. Oh, okay, we are gonna see Meteor Accost. Yeah, it's only 15 might, though. Does mean that I get less uses of it when I capture this guy, but still. It's pretty funny to see this. Dagdar, the guy who gets hit with meteors twice. It just reminds me of, like, a, I think it's the official, like, My Little Pony, tabletop role-playing game. Because, like, a mechanic in that is you have to give your character, like, a fear, or, like, a flaw, as well, and, like, it can be fear of something, and, like, one of the, like, the official book was saying, like, you might be tempted to give your character, a flaw or a fear that won't often turn up, like a fear of asteroids, but, like, my whole thing is, like, if you give your character a fear of asteroids in a tabletop game, you're just asking for it. The DM's is going to be like, oh, by the way, did you know there's a meteor shower now? Oh, wait, you auto-fail your save because you're afraid of meteors. But yeah, make sure you capture this guy. Yeah, there you go. He's pretty easy to capture. He does give a lot of experience, though. And I should probably promote Fergus. Like, I think he's basically fine when it comes to, like, his stat gains. But yeah, now somebody who has room. Oh, Finn's got a lot of room, because I made sure to actually clear some room in Finn's inventory. Took. Oh, right, that's what, like, beast-type shadows say, and it's another thing from Persona 5, random enemy dialogue that I was just remembering. But yeah, it's what beast-type shadows say when you extort them out of items. So just have you and, yeah, I may... yeah, you do have to be careful of the Earth Sword uses. Finn has some pretty nice conversations with people. Leaf does have... Wait, no, I think it's actually Finn who has the dialogue. Oh, no, Leaf can talk to Selfina as well. But yeah, Finn has some pretty, interesting dialogue with, You know, I just realized that it's almost poetic justice that Leaf's using Evol's flame sword right now. This is genealogy, it would actually keep track of its kill count, and you could repair it, and yeah, genealogy is cool that way. So there is an arena down there, there is a house that you probably want to visit. But I think I'm going to actually just head north and try and pincer strike the enemies from below. Oh, double cast from Nana, nice. It is a little annoying though, because sometimes when you double cast with like Physic, you can waste like you'll be using the first use of Physic to actually heal a lot of HP, and then the double cast only heals 1, and then you've just lost a use of Physic. But let me check what's in the armory. Steel bow's not bad to have. It's pretty expensive, but it's there. Okay, those archers can go quite a way, and Callian has no real way to fight them at range, so that's not the greatest idea. But I would kind of like Karen to grab this house, because this is a pretty important house. Yeah, all of these scrolls just seem to be lying around randomly or in people's backyards. It doesn't really have to do with them, but it has to do with, the person who's leading the Empire right now. Because, yeah, we get, his Holy Blood Scroll, which is actually a pretty strong one. +5 to Strength and Magic, and +10 to Skill and Speed, with no downsides. So, yeah, again, pretty strong scroll. What should he do? What should he do? What's his Void like? 55. What's their hit rate like? 70-something. Yeah, I don't really think... It's actually only one archer that will be able to hit him, though, if he goes here, so... Yeah, let's not push our luck that much. In fact, he's actually going to have to dismount again in order to go on the mountains, so... Yeah, may as well do this, and then... Yeah, here, we've got a bunch of guys with just Iron Lances and 15 attack. Kane has, like, 16 defense on this, but it's the others that I'm kind of worried about. Okay, I think Robert will duck back here. Because Selfina can try and kill a bow one of these guys and then canter away. That was not a great showing there. She only has one follow-up critical modifier, though. Because, yeah, again, this area right here is very choke pointy, so if Alva goes here, fights this guy, then goes back by 1, he won't really be able to get ganged up on by a lot of things. I kind of like what they did with the designs of the Christmas cabs in this game. They have, like, one color on their armor and the opposite on their shield. So, he has red armor and a green shield, whereas Kane has green armor and a red shield. The cool looks are pretty much the only thing they have going for them, but still, it's something. Don't ever accidentally escape and then the enemy seizes the mana. That would be really, really sad. Yeah, let's see this cool look again. Yeah, these two pretty much have, like, the stats they need to survive against most enemies here that are not the Wyverns. The Wyverns are the real problem. If you let any of the Wyverns break through to the Scrub Brigade, then, yeah, things can start happening. And those things being, they get crit. It's as simple as that. Okay, hi there. I would appreciate you not hitting me, please. Good. Yeah, there's unfortunately a little too many archers in here for, Karen to, like, fly through. However... Yeah, that tile there is probably not the best idea. Oh, I do double at least, however, you've got a... Oh, you're on a mountain, that's why your defense is so good. And that's why my hit rate's so bad. Can I, like, just try and, like, poke you? Oh, I only do 1 damage unless I crit, and I probably won't. So, okay, I guess I can just try this. Yeah, as long as he hits once, he's probably going to level up. No strength, though, is quite unfortunate. I haven't been gaining a lot of strength with him, and that kind of worries me about his prospects, because, like, that's his main thing. He's meant to have, like, actually okay strength. Okay, good. Karen can't get shot there. And now we actually visit... Okay, no, before I visit this village, I need to show this vendor. This vendor sells salmon drinks. They cost 5,000 gold, but they are pretty useful to have. Also torches, which you might need to buy as well. So I think I actually might do some arena-ing in this chapter. I'm kind of worried about what enemies will end up being thrown at Asbel if he goes in the arena, but I could use him. Yeah, but here you get a free stamina drink. I like how stamina drinks were actually referenced in Engage in, I think, one of Leaf's Spawn conversations. It's kind of funny how energy drinks are like a mechanic in this game. Oh yeah, by the way, Leaf himself was immune to fatigue. I said that back in his bio, but it's pretty self-explanatory given that he's always deployed for every chapter. And yes, the only other place that sells these besides here is Tara. Now, the thing about Tara, though, is that when you get to Tara, you might not want to be splurging on stamina drinks, because there is a side quest chapter in Tara, and that chapter gets you a lot of stamina drinks. I think we concluded that I am going to promote Fergus now. Like, he's going to camp everything relevant. I don't think this is going to get him to 20 speed, but it's going to get him to pretty close. Also, the promoted class for Sword Knight / Free Knight is kind of interesting to talk about because of its name. +1 magic. Oh no, he's actually pretty close to max speed, and even more con. So, this class is called Ranger in the Little Manster, and I presume also Project Exile patches. So why is it called Ranger? Because that's the class in Sacred Stones that uses bows. Well, this class is called Forest Knight in Japanese, and it's always been a very weird name to me because, the reason why it's called this is that, I kind of wonder if I should actually... No, I think for now, actually, you can try capturing, but, if you want more weapons, but there's a lot of enemies here, I don't really want my stats to be reduced. Though, granted, I think I have enough people to take the captured people off of people, so maybe I should have captured that guy, but, maybe later. So, the equivalent of, like, hero is called Forest in Genealogy of the Holy War. I don't know why it's called that. It's Forest with 2 R's. But again, like, no clue why they decided to call it that. Essentially, the class that Fergus is meant to be a mounted hero. But the name Forest Knight showed up again in Sacred Stones as the name of the, one of the options for promoting an archer, which in every other game is called Bow Knight. The mounted, well, it's called Nomad Trooper in, Fire Emblem, 7, but, and 6, but, you know, those ones come from Sakai culturally, so it's a little different. In Sacred Stones, the equivalent class was called Forest Knight in Japanese, and they localized it as Ranger, which works, I think, and, because of that, they call it Ranger here, to keep up continuity. And that's the thing, Ike's Ranger class in Path of Radiance, is not called Forest Knight. That one is actually just called Ranger in Japanese. So that one's like the actual Ranger, and the one from this game in Sacred Stones is again Forest Knight. Okay. The only guys behind those archers are like armors, so I wonder if Nana can actually just get in there and go crazy. Because if she goes here, she's still in Leaf support. Yeah, that should distract a few of those archers. Distract them from life itself. I'm gonna get you in there. Okay, that's not a bad Vigor star to get, but I also want these archers to attack Nana. So Callian is like, he's fine. Again, I want these archers to attack Nana. I guess he can get on the mountain, though, at least. And just do this. Because, lol. I kind of wanted to use him in the arena as well, but I mean, it could happen. So yeah, for now, I'll actually keep Karen on that mountain. And now is just the question of whether I put Asbel in the arena or not. I do worry about what might happen if I put him in the arena, because they might team him up again. They might have him fight some really crazy stuff. And I believe we established earlier that... Okay, hang on. I might be able to actually go for this. Okay, you have 4 HP left. If I do this, let me just see if this works. He does still have the 10 defense from being on the gate that is not going to be halved. But yeah, with that, I can go take, but I'm not going to do the trade yet. I'm actually going to canter back, and you're going to take and do the trade. This way, nobody gets stuck on the front lines with a hostage. But yeah, as you can see, this little area here is basically a choke point. It doesn't really look like one, but it is one. Now I'm going to keep animations on for these guys. I do like seeing them fight. They are, like, they do look cool. Okay? Yeah, they can crit sometimes with Selfina's support. You kind of don't want them to, because that means more things can attack them. Wow, okay, you're supposed to have good growths. Then again, same with Carrion/Callion. Yeah, I kind of figured that I should use Callion in this playthrough just because I used him in my first one, and I wanted to do maybe a bit of a non-standard pick for this. And then the problem is he's not doing so well in level ups, whereas Marcha did really well in Munster. But I can't use her because I have her already in my test file, which I plan on using for the root split later. So okay, here we go. And missed anyway. And then that happens. So yeah, I like this build on Nana a lot. It's very fun. That guy didn't even attack, huh? That's weird. I kind of want them to hit her though, because if they do, then she gets to fully heal herself. I mean, granted, she does need, like, you might want to give her an HP boosting scroll, just so that, like, she can survive the initial attack that comes after her. Also, HP is great for, okay, she did get hit that time. HP is great for staff users in general. And also for combat units, because, you know, they fatigue themselves fast. And let me just see, yeah, she's level 12 already. Oh, she's broken a heal staff. I can probably sell that. So I've used a Master Seal already on Fergus. I have quite a few of those left. Definitely need one for Ossian. Definitely need one for Callion if I plan on using him. Definitely one for Nana. So it's just a matter of like who else I try to promote. Okay, so you leveled up. You haven't leveled up yet, so you can go for the capture here, I think. Or I just do a regular attack because I kind of like to see Kane level up. You gonna do better? Nope, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that is the problem with characters who are very reliant on growths. It's just that they you know, it's very easy for them to get screwed over, whereas people who have good base stats are like RNG proof, but I've always found growth units to be fun, so it doesn't usually bother me that much. Yeah, I might actually have to start carrying him over to Selfina, though. We are pretty close to being able to take out all those guys. Speaking of take out all those guys, though, that's going to use 2 uses of the Earth Sword. I mean, either one will do that, but... If I do this, like, they're all going to attack Nana, and she's probably going to end up getting fatigued, but I mean, you know... I did give her this combo last chapter, I probably should use it. Okay, that guy was not a javelin, which is good. Because if he was, we might have had problems. You really don't want Nana getting hit on the player phase. Does she go up any further, or does she stay? I think she'll stay. Because, yeah, she's kind of forming a little bit of a choke point now, but I do want to get Leaf into support range with her, and probably Finn, too. Send Finn in, just with the short lance, because I really only want to use the Brave Lance for capturing right now. I think I'll do my arena ring at the end. Now, there is an arena in the next chapter too, so, basically, you will not be starved for arena action at this point. Didn't really want you to do that, actually, because that means more things can attack you, including potentially those armors. And yeah, like, Alpha starts so close to a higher ranking... don't crit. Please don't crit. Thank you. Please tell me there isn't, like, a javelin there that's going to be really, really bad to him. I am actually a little worried right now. Everything else, please attack Nana. Okay, you did get HP that time. They're probably all going to go for Nana, because, you know, she's got low HP and defense, so they're kind of magnetized to her like that. I don't know if there's any kind of AI that preferentially targets staffs or anything like that, but, like staff users, I mean. I think it's just her low HP and defense. Like, they just see that and they're like, ooh, gimme. Yeah, this is wearing down her Earth Sword quite a lot, but I probably will repair it at some point. Okay. Oh, he actually did damage. That's surprising. Though I often find that, like, a lot of the armors in this game don't have very good step. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Please. I mean, I'm probably fine. Yeah. Wouldn't have done 11. I don't think it would have done 11 at least. Yeah, now it's the we can't attack Nana Club's turn to move. Good dodge. And I think I'll... Why are you not attacking him? I am very, very, very confused. But, okay, I guess you can mount up, but that guy's in a mountain. Although... Oh, right, because I mounted, so I kind of, yeah, was dedicated to using up my action there. But I guess Leaf can go closer. I'm just going to use the Armor Slayer, because why not? Take you down. Couple more archers left. You are on a mountain, and I kind of don't really like javelins at this point, but... Oh, that only has 6 uses left, wow. That might also be a good thing to repair with, Yeah, he only did 1 more, with the hammer and staff. But there's also a staff that I would really like later on, too. Now, I wonder if... Take you... Give javelin... Release. Because, yeah, Finn does have a, Oh, no, she needs to be the one to talk to Finn. Okay, then. Okay, that is exactly enough. Let's go for that capture. And let's show his animation, because, you know, it's... His battle model's pretty cool. I say model, but, you know, it's not like it's 3D or anything. But, yeah, the idea. So, that is another lance for me. Speaking of lances... Yeah, I'm wondering if I should, like, promote Finn, too. Like, just, his Brave Lance is kind of running out. And he did have difficulty capturing a previous, like, boss. And thanks to the leg ring, Leaf can get all the way in here. That should be a kill. There we go. Oh yeah, gotta remember that everybody does need to escape this one. I was like, wait, is this like route or something? But no, in fact, I don't even think Thracia even has route maps. And I won't actually need Karen there. Okay, what it is now, be warned, this conversation is quite long and has a lot of deep lore. Yes, because wearing your hair in braids makes you look like a totally different person. I do really enjoy conversations like this. It's just like these people acting like real people who actually know each other. Like being like, oh yeah, I'm married to that guy, you know, from way back when. And then Finn's like, oh, him, okay, wow, that makes sense. And yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's just really nice. Okay, that was actually shorter than I expected. For some reason, I remember that being a massive lore dump, but, I mean... Oh, no, it's the Callian one that's the lore dump. Right, now I remember. You'll see. You'll see very shortly. But okay, give extra Iron Lance. Yeah, you're kind of seeing this thing where, like, I feel like I capture less when I get later into the game. Don't, like, skimp on your capturing, though, because you will want to... Oh, you're going for a cost, aren't you? You will run out of iron weapons pretty easily if you don't go for, like, a whole bunch of captures. That should be another... Nope, not quite a level up. Yeah, he asked me the one to initiate. Right, makes sense. Okay. Which is unfortunate, because I do really want him to level up here. I can at least try this, I suppose. A lot of people think that Callian would have been a lot better if his sword and lance rank swapped. Which I suppose makes sense. Okay, he got strength that time, at least. And con, not bad, okay, yeah. Like, things do even out sometimes. But yeah, I have to... Okay, he's level 7 right now. I'll get Selfina down there a little closer. Just, like, I can't let these guys run too rampant. It's just a shame that archers are so easy to capture because, no, I'd rather just use the regular old steel sword here. But, like, archers are so easy to capture because, like, I don't need all these bows. And yeah, you get a little bit more acrobatic on your horse when you're promoted. Not nearly as acrobatic as nomadic troopers in Fire Emblem, like the GBA games, but yeah. Okay, yeah, her sword isn't quite down to half uses yet. I probably should get this talk too. And is this the first time, like, Leaf's actual theme plays? Because this song is basically Leaf's theme. You'll probably be familiar with it if you've, well, played this game already because it's a later map theme, or if you've played Engage because it's his map theme there. And it's also nice to have Leaf reunite with people who, again, practically raised him when he was younger. But yeah, he was very privileged. He did have a lot of loving people to take care of him when he was on the run from the Empire, and some people didn't have that luxury. Never knew a mother or sister. Is that the first mention of Leaf having a sister? Gee, I wonder why that occurs in a chapter where we met a Wyvern rider with very similar hair color. I wonder if that means anything. Yeah, here's, like, the backstory on what happened with, like, Lachesis. Yeah, she just kind of went into the desert and went missing one day. But she's still alive somewhere, technically, but she's not happy. It's heavily implied that she got caught by the Loptrians and got turned to stone. Yeah. And now I am just picturing, like, Nana and her. Because Nana has a brother, by the way, who we might be meeting at some point. But now I'm just imagining Nana and her brother, like, going on an adventure to, like, find their mother, and they're playing the Sonic Underground theme. But, okay, yeah, so we got these people up here. Oh, right, Finn. There's 3 Lance Knights here. I lost track of which one was the good one. But yeah, at this point, in fact, I'm gonna have, yeah, Scrub Brigade, retreat! Oh, right, these guys do have lines if they don't die, but it's only their escape lines. Retreat! Speaking of, like, lines, I do remember, like, for some reason, that guy, Alva, his death line really stuck with me, because I think he might have died in my first time I was attempting this chapter. What are you talking about, Robert? They're all gone. Like, I think he died the first time I played this chapter, and, I don't know why, but his death quote stuck with me, because this is back in the old patch that didn't have, like, the new names for the Crusaders. Njörun was, Nova, or Noba, and he just says, "May the banner of Noba fly high and strong." Thud. That's how I always pictured it. I don't know why. Oh, right, he needs to do this. I can dismount him, though, to do it so that I can pick him up with Karen. Because I'm about to do something very silly. You know, now that I think about it, in a way, Selfina might have even been a precursor to, like, Astrid from the Tellius games. She even kind of looks like Astrid if she had blue hair. Thankfully, she had far better taste in husbands than Astrid did, but yeah. So yeah, here is the lore dump. It is kind of cool that, like, a comparatively minor character like Carrion gets, like, actual lore here. Yes, a lot of people seem to die of illness in this setting, because it also happened to Eren, yes. I don't think we ever find out who his father was. It's nobody from Genealogy First Generation, because you never actually saw Leonster at that point. If you did, I presume it would have been. Because, like, I know that, like, one of the substitutes in the substitute for Nana, actually, her father was one of Lacus's 3 NPC knights. You know, the guys with the annoying escort mission in Genealogy. Yeah, like, a couple of the substitutes actually have decent lore behind them. I think it's just her and the substitute for, Tailtooth's children. They also have kind of interesting lore behind them. I am very, very sorry about this, but I'm gonna have Dagdar escape. Is that the first time? Yeah, that is the first time we're seeing Dagdar's escape quote. Yeah, people in the comments were kind of reminding me of the fact that, like in Path of Radiance, almost, like you'll be seeing the same escape quotes over and over in this game, but at least it's better than Path of Radiance, where, like, most of the cast's escape quotes were unused. Especially Devdin's. Devdin's is great. But okay. This chapter is pretty much over. What turn is it? 12, okay. However, I think I will actually do a little bit of arena-ing and see if I can raise some money for stamina drinks. However, I am somewhat scared of Asbel in the arena. Because sometimes they throw, like, sword masters at you. Of course they throw a sword master at me when I say that. Okay. Okay, good, I got a crit. Or, he still survived, okay. And I got a double crit, nice. But yeah, if they start getting adept on you, that can be scary. I am not really doing it for the training, I'm actually doing it for the cash. Oh yeah, something I should mention about the Paragon Sword. A lot of people like to give this to Nana, because if you give it to Nana, then she'll still get the doubled experience, even if she uses staves. Sage, okay. Interesting. I like this guy's cyan hair color. I mean, Asbel's certainly enjoying the arena right now. It might not last, but still. Interesting, okay. Yeah, he really wants to fight in the arena, I guess. Baron! With wind! Huh. Is Great Shield a class skill for Barons in this game? I think we're about to find out. I do kind of like seeing magic Barons. Okay, wow, that guy got wrecked. I would have liked to have a playable Baron too. I actually had an idea of, like, for a playable Baron, but I should probably talk about that later, because we'll be finding Barons, like, later on in this game. Pegasus Knight with a silver lance. I do have wind, though. Well, okay, you were at least the first one to actually hit me. Oh yeah, that's actually, yeah, gotta remember, Pegasus Knight in this game is a promoted class. Pegasus Rider is the unpromoted form. Now, the problem is, Asbel can't actually heal himself, so this might be where his arena streak ends. So, I am actually unsure if his, I would assume that he doesn't get the, yeah, this is gonna be bad, I think. He doesn't get the effect of Paragon while in here. So this guy is an armor knight with 7 defense. The arena throws very weird things at you. Loptrian Mage with Thunder. Yeah, Loptrian Mage. Oh, this is actually the only time that we'll see Loptrian Mages outside of a certain somebody, actually. Because all the ones that we end up fighting in the story are Dark Mages, which is the promoted form. But yeah, they can use things other than Dark, it's just that you won't ever see any enemies do that. Okay. What the? Well, that was a weird fight. I just like how everyone applauds you if you level up in the arena. Okay, Asbel has 1 point before he gets fatigued. If he stays at 35, I will still be able to deploy him in the next chapter. I just won't be able to deploy him in the chapter after. So this is actually an important thing to consider, whether I heal one more time and do that, or whether I actually do deploy Asbel in the next chapter. There are some dangerous Wyvern enemies in the next chapter. One more of those, and 1 torch for now, because otherwise I might not be able to afford 1 more arena fight. Oh, we're fighting a Troubadour, huh? With a lot of attack power. No strength again is a bit of a problem. But I think that'll be all. Like, I could get into promotion, but I do have the Paragon Sword too. And everybody gets in the mansion. And finally, we meet up with Dorius himself. And this is going to be pretty useful for us, for a reason we'll be seeing in the next chapter. So, Dorius lost his arm, which is kind of a rare example of that in the Fire Emblem series. And that means that he won't be actually fighting alongside us, but he will be supporting us as a tactician. And of course, Leaf has kind of lingering trauma of people sacrificing themselves just to save him. But I mean, at least Dorius isn't turned to stone. He's still able to support us. And that was already alluded to. Glade is pretty far ahead of us. And, yep, we are gonna have our work cut out for us if we want to save that place. But it seems like that's what we need to do to kind of rally hope. They seem to have ceased attacking because they're all, like, dead. It almost feels like they expect you to not kill all the enemies here. But, I mean, they're fairly weak, even though there is a lot of them. So, yeah, whoops, yeah, we kind of just killed a bunch of Thracian soldiers for no real reason, but, yeah. And that's how the chapter ends, yeah. If only Leaf could just go outside and realize that Wyvern Rider looks suspiciously similar to himself, it would probably save a lot of drama for the future. But for now, this is over. I am glad to have this over because, oh boy, did I have fail channel here. Yeah, things are about to get a little hectic in the north. Okay, one of you's coming towards me. Now, if they fly up very high before attacking, it means they crit you. That's a crit. Well, at the very least, he survived it, because his defense is amazing. And you again. I like the way the wings of the wyverns sound, like that sweeping sound. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh, wow, that was unlucky. Well, I probably should have given him a scroll, but still. Okay. Moment of truth, don't crit me, please. Are you freaking serious? That guy's got green armor but a red shield. I think the other one has red armor but a green shield. Wait, what? Was he going, what? Was he going for a kill there, not a capture? Huh. Well, I got absurdly lucky at that. Oh, right, you can potentially get to count. Oh, is there no way Callie can get out of there? Okay, that's really bad, actually. I probably have to restart for this alone, even if I don't lose anybody. Oh, yep, yeah. It's like they combine, like, the color schemes of the Christmas Cavaliers. Unfortunately, they are terrible. Oh, ball, please don't crit me. Please don't crit me. Oh, son of a... Oh, stupid freaking wyverns! Okay, getting hit there is not good. But 2 of them died at least. That's 2 down, 3 to go. And I think the boss should be heading towards me now. And here we go. No, he's going for Fergus, huh? It's kind of funny that this guy, mistakes you for bandits. Rhea! But essentially, I just really want to make sure that I, get rid of as many of these wyverns as humanly possible. Because sometimes their AI can be a little weird. Now, these armors are totally well, actually, that's a higher hit rate on Asbel than I expected, and he got hit. Okay. Well, that's already a very bad start. That's already a worse start. Oh, that's a terrible start. Okay. Right. And then Asbel decided to salvage things for me. Thanks, Asbel. That was a bit of a train wreck, but you pulled through in the end. Wow. Okay. Okay. Please tell me that this is the worst of the luck. But these last 3 are gonna just go to Asbel. And then I'll see you next time when we actually officially march out in Liberation of Tara. The next part is what I like to call the Frege arc, and it's a part of the game I really like, so look forward to that next time.